All right, join me for a sunset tour of our track here at Wild Meadows. So this area up here at the top, we call it the Hangout. You'll see up here on my left is that pond that I worked so hard on, and we've got a little water station right there for them. We've got some shelter up here. Up there we have our feed runs, our bigger shelter with some fans in there. Both of these shelters have fans in there. And again, we call that the Hangout. So we're going to round the corner here. We're going to speed it up and head on down the track here. Up here, I'll look to the left, and this is where they can choose to go straight, or they can choose to turn left. We've got a pile of dirt. Anytime you got a pile of dirt, that becomes an obstacle, and on the other side of that, we've got a square sand pit. We'll head back straight here, and in front of us, we'll have a power pole, which I did put some scratching mats on it. Please don't tell the power company. And then right up here, I call this our sensory bridge. You can guess it, they won't go around the side of it most of the time, but at least they have it. They can walk over it if they want to, and many of them do. So we'll head on up here. Up here at the top of this hill, we call this our top hay station. So we've got two big hay feeders that are both, all the hay is in slow feed nets, and we also have hooks on the fence where we can hang some bags so that everybody has a spot to go. They'll share the big spots, and then we'll have a bag or two hanging separately. We're around the corner here, and this is our straightaway, so no obstacles, completely straight, a little bit narrow to try to get them to get some speed going down this middle section. So this right here is our straightaway. And we're going to come up to a four-way intersection. If you take a left, that's going to take you back to where we just came from. Here's our little horses right here. If you take a right, we're going to head down to the right side in a little bit, but we're going to go straight, and the straight part is something I just added on. It's the newest part of our track, so it's like a shortcut that goes all the way up and around. I didn't want to do a straight line, but it goes all the way up to our hangout area. And we'll see here, the horses are going to watch me hit this thing and pull through. Now we're going to go to the right at this point, and to the right you'll see I have a little training area. It's like a little round pen here to the right. Excuse me, Caspian, beep beep, coming through. There we go, with a little shed with some of her training tools in there. So go straight. Up here, if you take a left, you will actually go around, and you'll see where this part connects. Once we get the double gate openers, we can connect that, and they can come around that way as well. Then we've got this tiny bridge here that they have to go over, and this is a good view if you look out over all the pastures if the sun wasn't shining right at us. Now we're going to go straight. We've got us a little hill here, and we'll come up here. Here's where the driveway goes through the track. So we've got our gate opener that when we use the sensor, it opens one, it opens the other one, and then we drive through. Here's a narrow part of the track leading back to what we call our back hay station. So again, in our back hay station, we've got one covered wood hay feeder, and then we've got a plastic hay feeder. All the hay's in hay nets. So you've got some tractor tires here to the left that we can lead them over, use them as any kind of obstacles. This is our little forest area back here. There's also a gate right there that will lead to our future track that will go into the woods. But right here, they like to hang out there in the morning, I've found. This is some big 3-inch gravel, so over there to the right, I actually have mats down, so for those horses that are more sensitive, they can walk on that side right there. To the left is the entrance to the arena. We have somebody in the arena right now, or else that gate would be open, and they have access to go into the arena where they like to hang out, roll, and cool off. Now we're coming up to this little dead end, which would not be a dead end if the gates were open. So remember I said we would be on the other side of that gate in just a second. Here we are at that spot. So we're going to turn around, and we're going to fly on back until we get to a new area. Here we go. That little thing I just went over, there's pea gravel there. There's lots of areas where I have some pea gravel just to give them a variety of terrain. And there's our arena. Half of it is covered, 100 by 100 is covered, and the other half is not, as you can see. Back over the gravel, back through the woods, back around here through the back hay station and the tires, and we're just going to zoom back up the back side of here. You can see a good shot of the arena right there. This has given the horses just a lot of room to roam, a lot of place to walk. It's over a mile long of a track without them ever crossing over where they were. Here we're going to cross back over the driveway, and this time we're going to go to the left, and here is a little hill that Caspian likes to stand on. We're going to extend the hill to even right here, so we still want to make it so that we can get over it with our equipment, and the horses can walk over there. Here's a smaller hill coming up to divert some of the water, and then this is the skinniest part of our track right here. And yeah, they generally just keep on moving right here because there's not much grass. So we'll head on down here until we reach what we call the star shelter, because there is a giant star on the outside of the shelter. So we've got plenty of hay nets here. So this is also one of our hay stations. We fill all the nets up with hay here, hang nets even on the front part, and it can feed a lot of horses in this one area and provide a lot of shade. Now we're headed up to what we call the curtain. These are PVC pipes hanging down. We've had a couple of them fall. We've got to put those back up, but it's just something to give them an obstacle. They have to go through it. Moving on up here, we're about to get back to the top part again, and you'll see where we're going to be able to circle back around, and we will hit the straightaway again. So back here to the straightaway, and then back around this corner. We're going to head down this side area again where the hay station was and the bridge. Come on down this way. All the horses are at the top because they are about to get fed dinner. There's the bridge again. Coming around. Used to have a hill there, but we moved the dirt and moved it around, and we'll use that dirt in other places. In the meantime, they play on it right there. Now we're back up, headed up the hill to come to our hangout. This is where we have our feed runs, our barns up here, this shelter, the shelter up there again. Everybody has a feed run for when we feed them, and we're back up here at the barn. So thank y'all very much for joining us on this sunset tour of the Wild Meadows track. Let me know if you have any questions about how we do things out there.